December 1988. A living room at evening. A cathode ray television. A BBC news segment. The headline on the screen, Mandela dies in prison. Tens of thousands of people around the world are in mourning. They remember the funeral broadcast. They remember the widow speaking. They remember the details. Nelson Mandela is alive. He will walk free in February of 1990. He will become president of South Africa in 1994. He will die only in December of 2013. 25 years later, what happened to the memory of tens of thousands of people at the same time? Collective memory is not shared memory. It is shared error. 8 scientists across 65 years built the science of how this works. One of these mechanisms is operating in your head right now. By minute 10, you will know which one. Fiona Broome, Atlanta, Georgia, DragonCon, 2009. A paranormal consultant on the convention floor. Conversation between panels in the corridor. She mentions remembering Mandela dying in prison in the 80s. First, stranger nods. Remembers. Second, remembers. Seventh, remembers. Same years. Same details. Same error. That same week, Broome registers MandelaEffect.com. The first blog post goes viral. The phenomenon has a name before academia ever looks at it. Broome's explanation was parallel universes. The explanation was wrong. The observation was perfectly correct. Network confabulation. When strangers share the same error, the error begins to feel like evidence. Broome did not teach us why this happens. Broome showed us that this happens. 7 years later, a laboratory will measure the rest. Elizabeth Loftus, University of Washington, 1974, with John Palmer. 45 undergraduate subjects in the lab. They watch a film of a car collision. Then one question: how fast were the cars going when they hit each other? The verb changes. One group hears smashed. Another group hears hit. A third group hears contacted. Only the verb changes. Average speed estimate jumps 8 miles per hour. 1 week later, a second question: did you see any broken glass? There was no broken glass in the film. The smashed group recalls broken glass at twice the rate. Memory rewritten by a single word in a question. Misinformation effect. If you have watched our breakdown of false memory, this is the foundation underneath it. Loftus proved memory is reconstruction at every retrieval. Daniel Schacter, Harvard Memory Lab, 2001. The book, The 7 Sins of Memory. Chapter 6, Suggestibility. Memory is not a recording. Memory is a reconstruction at every retrieval. Reconstruction is vulnerable to social input. Eyewitnesses who discuss the incident with each other converge on a single story. Often that story is wrong. Schacter mapped this using fMRI in the medial temporal lobe. The same regions activate for true and false memories. There is a signal difference. It is subtle. The brain itself cannot tell them apart. Schacter's book is translated into 20 languages. Chapter 6 is the industrial strength explanation for why 1,000 viewers remember the same broadcast funeral that never aired. Henry Roediger, Rice University, later Washington University in St. Louis. 1995, with Kathleen McDermott. The DRM paradigm, D's Roediger McDermott. 36 subjects in the lab. They are read a list of 15 words. Bed, rest, tired, pillow, night, dark, dream, wake, snooze, blanket, doze, slumber, snore, nulp, peace. The word sleep is not on the list. Every word is semantically related to sleep. On recall, 80% of subjects confidently report the word sleep. The confidence is the same as for words actually presented, replicated thousands of times across 3 decades. Roediger gave the lab the cleanest possible measurement. Semantic association alone produces false recall. No social pressure required. The brain fills in the gestalt and labels it memory. This is operating right now. Solomon Asch, Swarthmore College, 1951. 8 people in a classroom. 7 are confederates. 1 is the real subject. He answers last. The task is simple. Match the standard line to one of 3 options. The correct answer is obvious. The 7 confederates loudly give the wrong answer. The subject answers 8th. In 37% of trials, he conforms to the group. 3 confederates was enough to trigger the effect. More confederates added no further power. The subject visibly sees the right answer and reports the wrong one. Asch named it informational conformity. Refrain: collective memory is not shared memory. It is shared error. 3 other people agreeing is enough to overwrite your perception. Now scale that to 10,000 DragonCon attendees and 1 Fiona Broome blog post. Karim Nader, NYU postdoc, Joseph Ledoux Laboratory. Year 2000. The journal Nature. A rat has learned to fear an audio tone. Tone followed by an electric shock. The fear memory is consolidated. Stable. In rat years, it is decades old. Nader plays the tone alone. No soak. The memory is reactivated. Within a window of 5 minutes after reactivation, Nader injects anisomycin into the amygdala, a protein synthesis blocker. The next day, the rat no longer fears the tone. The memory has been erased. Every time you retrieve a memory, the brain rewrites it. Retrieval is not playback. Retrieval is editing. Every conversation about Mandela's funeral edits everyone's copy. The original is not recoverable. 20 years later, this will be applied to PTSD veterans. But that is another story. Bridge to our episode on erasing memory. Stephan Lewandowsky, University of Bristol, 2012. 5-author review in Psychological Science in the Public Interest. The continued influence effect. A person learns a false fact. Later, the person learns the fact has been retracted. The false fact continues to influence reasoning. The brain holds 2 separate traces. Trace 1, the fact. Trace 2, the retraction. Both stay active. The retraction reduces confidence. Marginally, it is not a race. Lewandowsky measured this in politics. In medicine, in eyewitness testimony. If you have believed for 20 years that Mandela died in prison, and you are told now he did not, the original memory survives. The retraction sits on top. Both continue to influence what you say next. Henry Roediger III, with Andrew DeSoto, Washington University in St. Louis, 2016. The journal Psychological Science. 326 subjects. They saw a list of names, a mix of real United States presidents and people who never were. The task: identify who served as president. 71% of subjects confidently identified Alexander Hamilton. Hamilton was never president. The error was not random. It clustered around the Founding Fathers, around names that appear on currency, around culturally available figures, replicated across age groups, across years of study. This is the Mandela Effect under laboratory control. Broome described it qualitatively in 2009. Roediger measured it in 2016. The mechanism, semantic association plus social availability, is the same one that mourned a living man in 1988. 7 famous Mandela effects. You probably remember some of them wrong right now. 1. Berenstain Bears. Not Berenstein. Check the book cover. 2. Not Luke, I am your father. It is no, I am your father. Watch the scene. 3. The Monopoly Man has never had a monocle. Check the box. 4. Pikachu has no black on the tail tip. Never did. 5. The Fruit of the Loom logo has no cornucopia. Check the label. 6. Looney Tunes. Not tunes. 7. Sinbad never made a movie about a genie. That film does not exist. 8 scientists on one side. Broome named it. Loftus implanted it. Schacter mapped it. Roediger measured it. Asch conformed it. Nader rewrote it. Lewandowsky continued the influence. Roediger and DeSoto closed the loop in the lab. The refrain holds. Collective memory is not shared memory. Is shared error. One rule. Check against documents, not against people. Other people have the same broken memory you do. If you watched our episode on false memory, Loftus and Shaw built that one. Subscribe so you do not miss the next. Right now, one last question. What do you remember that you have never once checked against a document?